So we just have a basic scene in Cinema 4D that I would like to break down if possible. Though I don't think I'll talk much about the actual breakdown, just talk about a few things that I think I faced as a challenge. Okay, this is a very simple scene, very basic scene. Okay, it's very basic. Um, like, let me go to my startup. Yeah. So as you can see, it's just a basic scene. Let me turn off my light. Yeah, it's just a basic scene. I have got uh, this object. I've got a light. I've got an area light. Okay. Yeah, I've got a camera, and I have this cube. It's a cube. It's a cube. And yeah, it's just a cube. And then I've deleted the top part and the front part. Then I added the subdivision modifier to it, and then it created this infinite backdrop. Okay, so let's actually see how it actually looked like. Yeah, so this is how it actually looked like when I was doing my modeling, face modeling. It was just a cube. Okay, yeah, so it was just a cube. And let me bring this back, bring it to somewhere there. Okay, so it was just a cube. Then I scaled it. Then I scaled it to something like that, and I'm trying to match this from the previous object as a reference. Something like this, something basic, just a cube, and I think I added two segments to it. I think should be two. Let me turn on my lines. Yeah, added the line, then I added another line, not there. Okay, yeah, I think I added two lines or over. Should be something like this. Something like this. Then I made this editable. Then I grabbed my loop cut. Okay, I grabbed my loop cut, made a loop, and simply selected these two faces, then extruded them just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit, just like that. Okay, I had a little challenge with this one was I had to think of it on my own, like on YouTube. I think the only videos that you can find for creating such a box should be juice box, your milkshake. I only found one in 3ds Max, and it had a similar workflow, though with the one in 3ds Max I think the guy had to play around with these edges. You had to bring them down and so on. Yeah, but I decided to create my own workflow, and I made the cut. I think I made the cut somewhere there. Yeah, you can make the cut somewhere there. Then I selected these two faces, and then I extruded this. Did I extrude this? Okay, I can just push. No, I extruded them. Yeah, I extruded them to somewhere like there, somewhere like so. That should be okay. Then I selected these two edges, this one and that one. to scale them in like that. Okay, I just wanted to have this kind of opening there. Okay, so with this other part, okay, this other part, since we're not it's not going to, it's a symmetrical object, so there's no need for me to be modeling both sides. So I'm just going to delete this other side. Let me turn off this one. Yeah, just going to delete this point so that you can just have something like that. Yeah, so we have something like that, and then with the cube selected and holding what? Okay, holding control, holding shift. I think holding shift, and the symmetry. Okay, it's not projecting. Yeah, so we have our symmetry. And then I added the subdivision modifier to this. Then I had developed this rounding. I went back to my cube and added some loop cuts. Yeah, added some loop cuts just to give it that rectangular form feel. Feels a bit okay. Okay, I can add one somewhere there, and, one in the middle, like one in the middle, something like that. Okay, so already you can see this is, we already have a form of the object. Okay, yeah, so just made another cut in the middle, and just to create this, let me take out this one, take it out. It's the one. Take out these materials. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is how ugly it looks like. They was trying to keep it as low poly as possible. Yeah. But all I did was extrude. What did I do here? I think I made a cut in between, and then I pushed the points up a little bit, and then I made an inner extrusion there. And an inner extrusion went up to somewhere there. This part wasn't necessary because it wasn't going to be so visible to the camera. Yeah, and then what else did I do? I think I made a hole. Yeah, I made a hole up here. Made a hole. I've got some end guns. Let me cut, filter these end guns out. End lines. Yeah. Create something like that. Should be okay. Oh, Amon, I see your Alion. Yeah, it's Alion. I see your comment. I think I'm going to create one. Yeah, I'm going to create one. I think I'll create one in Blender and Cinema 4D. Okay. Alright, so what is that? This one. Yeah, this one. So after I'd created the whole thing, it was time for me to add some materials to it. Okay, so immediately I added some materials, and already we had this. This is something that we hate: UV mapping. UV mapping. It was very ugly. Okay, it was really, it wasn't too ugly, but I had to go in and do some UV mapping. So I had to apply my what's this? My symmetry. Okay, let me just reply to this. Okay, so it was really ugly, so I had to go in and start doing my UV mapping. I don't think I would do that here because of time. Just rushing. I just wanted to give you a simple breakdown. So okay, shut this off. Okay, let me just add my material. Where's my material? Okay, so I had to go to my UV layout. Yeah, UV layout, but this is already unwrapped. Okay, so I think let me just go back to that same one. Still have time, so it's okay. So I had to make my symmetry editable, and I had to bring this out, then delete this symmetry. Okay, so to go to my faces mode, and I think I selected everything and went to my UV tab. Yeah, and we can see we already have an adder. It's already ugly. See, so tried to project this. Okay, so I did spherical projection. As you can see, as I'm doing the projection, is all this that is happening. Okay, this cylindrical projection, which is a bit close to what we want. It's frontal, flat, cubic. All these projections are not right, so I had to create my own UVs from scratch. So I had to go to my UV commands, and I had to go to my UVs tab, and then I had to reset my UVs, and then everything was gone. So I had to start everything from scratch. Okay, so I had to go to my line 2 because I had to make some cuts, and looking at the way the actual Yogit packaging is made, it has got a cut like at the back. It has got a cut, and then it has got a cut, I think, on the top part. It has got a cut, and then at the bottom part it has got a cut as well. Okay, that is causing the whole thing to be unwrapped. Okay, so all I did was I chose my path selection. Yeah, path selection. Then I had to begin to select some paths. Let me see. Yeah, I had to select some paths. Okay, I had to select. I selected my bottom path. Actually, I just cut off this bottom path. The whole lot of this bottom part was cut. So cut like that. Then I also had to cut my back. Yeah, I had to cut this part. So I'm just demonstrating, it's not a full tutorial, so I'm just moving up and down, and yeah, I'm sure you get the idea. Okay, so there was a cut somewhere there. I think I had, there was another cut I think I made one cut from, I think, on the top somewhere there. It was moving from the top to, why isn't this cutting? Oh, I have to undo this cut. Okay, I think it had to go around. Yeah. So I know UV mapping in Cinema 4D is a little bit different from Blender, but I hear the workflow is much better in Cinema 4D. Is 22, 23, up to 26. It's better. But if you can pick up UV mapping um, from just this basic Cinema 4D, I think you'll be good in the other versions. Okay, yeah, so from there I went to my relax with, okay, made sure that my cut selected edges is selected, and then I just hit apply. Okay, and there we have it. Okay, it's supposed to come to my UV, and there we have it. We have our UV. We have our UV. So I had to go in, I had to look at my UV, so I can see that I got some pinching around that area. So if I was to select, how can I select? If I was to select some polygons, some points, so I can see these are the points that are in this area. So I had to go in and make some unwraps there. I think I made a cut somewhere. Okay, let me just go back to my initial project. Yeah, it was this one. So I think I made point selection. Yeah, and then let me load my texture. It's empty. Canvas is empty. Blah blah. Okay, I will open my texture from my documents. I created these textures. I had the actual package, then I had to unwrap it manually, then I had to scan it. Yeah, so I have this kind of ugly texture. Yeah, something like that. Then made some adjustments to it. What's going on? Okay, made some adjustments to it, and yeah, we have this package. And there's something I wanted to say. I think it's, I wanted to make this package to look as believable as possible. I wanted to make it as believable as possible. So if I switch to my redshift, okay, power is on. Okay, I think I need to stand my subdivision on. Subdivision on. Okay, I wanted to make this packaging look as believable as possible. So what I did was I had to scale this bottom part, this middle part. I had to scale it in a little bit, as you can see from here, to scale it in a little bit. Let me under the sampling. I think under sampling, yeah, I think it will move much faster than the sampling. so I had to squash it in a little bit along I don't know what this axis is, yeah, but I had to squash it a little bit in there. And yeah, so it's just basically that.